Good morning, traders. Is anybody in here? Blue Energy. You were here yesterday. What's everybody doing today? We should be live in a second. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 live. I am live. Okay. Make sure everything else is off. There we go. So good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? We're all good? Just checking out all the markets right now. I did do 2 trades this morning. Deck said go up, I went down. Okay, well, Darth Trade is back. Okay, folks, just checking everything out here. I will not be on all day because I have a 3-hour session today at 1 o'clock, so I will not be here. I have to go. What the heck is that? Wow. I gotta go check something out real quick. Something in my desktop? What is that? A shortcut to what? I don't know what it is. I'm getting rid of it. You don't know what something is, get rid of it, right? That's what I always say. All right, let's go on. Oh, shoot. I just made a big poo-poo. Okay, well, let's see. I can take it out into my garbage can. That's good. I'll just have to rename it. How do you restore it? Okay, let's put it back there. Okay. Somehow it lost its name. Just rename it. My computer. That was really something else. My computer. I almost got rid of my computer. Oh my God, don't get rid of anything. I must have gotten rid of my photo editor in my other computer because I had to go put a new one in. What a dumb mistake that was. Okay. You see, SPY looks like it's been consolidating. It was really had a lot of action this morning, as Tesla did. Wow, did Tesla take off this morning? Unbelievable, and I didn't trade it. You know, I don't know. It just pays so slowly sometimes, but. Whew. I saw Meta this morning. I was watching Kush, so he did. He said he did extremely well, but it's in an account we can't see what he's doing. You know, where's Juan been? Has anybody seen Juan around lately? He hasn't been around. Wow, wow, wow. And Caesar. Let's see. Futures trading. Caesar 24. He's usually around. He hasn't been here. I know AK is on. Okay, let me just go in this room for 1 second. Oh, and let me put this so it's clearer so you can see the chart. So I'll be on for about an hour or so. See if we can get you guys going. See what you're doing. We got this now. We got this. We got this. All right, let's get back. I was just doing my thing, you know. All righty, folks. Good morning, good morning. I am the Active Trader. And we are set up right now in a channel. As you can see, there's a lot of consolidation right now. And it was a busy morning. You know what? You could have made a lot of money this morning, especially because it went up and the SPY went up, had only a slight pullback today and continued to go up and stayed there. With slight pullback and stayed above till this one time where it came below the VWAP. But right now we're in consolidation. I wouldn't know what to tell you which direction to go. We're a little bit on the bullish side, but though we're bullish at this moment, and we know that the Dow is up over 130 points, the Nasdaq's up 0.80 cents, and S&P's up 40. The only stock that's not doing well today is, well, two stocks. Well, let's say three. Is Amazon, Google, and Meta. Other than those three, the rest of the market's doing not fairly well. So we'll open that up in a second. I'll show you the. I will show you. Let me just put this on stop. Okay. I'll show you FinViz is what I was going to say. Okay. I will be gone this afternoon. I have to leave a little early today. I have a 3-hour session today. Hopefully I'll get through all three. If not, I'll do two and do the other one on the weekend or another day. But somebody did hire me for 3 hours, and that should be easy. They want to learn how to do this right, and I'm going to show it to them, one step at a time. And if anybody else is interested, I have one other. I thought it was going to take up my day today, but he disappeared. And okay, here's FinViz, as you can see. And my big point for this was to show you the S&P 500. This is what it's looking. So you can see Apple. What this means here, when it's not red and it's not green, it's kind of neutral. All right, it could be plus a little bit. You see that's plus. That one's minus, plus, minus. Just slightly. It's sitting on the fence. But Amazon's up, Google's up. Now Meta's. Amazon's down, Google's down, Meta's down. All right, so you have some big ones here that are down. Tesla's up today. You can see Tesla was rocking this morning. These are the stocks, your top gainers. You got AGBA, CXII still in the running 3 days in a row. TCJH and UCAR again. I think that's twice this week, in CBRX. So these are your top gainers this week. I am not really watching any of those stocks. If I was to bring up my watch list, and I have it from highest to lowest, you'd see top still on the top shelf. So Top, Wolf, these are a few that I had in there. So I don't think there's anything that's great. What I usually do is, if I go into volume, what I do is I'll go down to here and say like ATO. Well, it's easy to buy, so that's why I probably held on to these. You see, they're ETBs. I do hold on a little longer, which means easy to borrow if I wanted to short a cheap stock. All right, here's a SPY. We seem to be pulling up a little. I really thought that we would see a new higher day. I still think we will. I don't like the fact that it's 414.81, 81 being an odd number. Most of the time, stock traders are superstitious. They will bring this thing up. And you can see right now we're starting to climb. I had a guy earlier say, I don't know, he contradicted me on, I guess he doesn't know who I am, but he contradicted me on Index Room. And I said, if it hits a new higher day, then it's going to, let's see, why is this? There it goes. It's going to, I would do a put. He turned around and said, no, I would do a call if it hits a new higher day. Listen, it had a lot of resistance to get even to that point at the 414.81, and it kept pulling back. So each time you can see, if you look at all the high shadows here, every time we start to get there and get there and get there, and if you look here, that was in the beginning of the day, it's 200,000 on a 1 minute. But here, bingo, it went 500 shares and it just pulled back. So there was a lot of resistance when it hit that high of the day. It gave it everything it's got and it pulled back. I thought here actually would try again, and it didn't. It fooled all of us. And then, of course, it came all the way back down. That's when Deck was looking at it, and boom, that thing just dropped. So here again, we went up to here and we thought it's 75. That's where I said, if we hit a new higher day, go do a put. And the guy said, no, do a call. And boom, look at that. It didn't hit the new higher day. It gave it again all that it had. And look at the drop here. So even if we look at that on a 5 minute or a 3 minute, let's go to a 3 minute. You can see, here we go. So for 3 minutes straight, this thing went 1, 2, 3 minutes down. Okay, it went straight down. And that's after it hit a high here. It's showing for 1481. No, that was over here. That's not here. This was 75. So it hit 75. It didn't hit it. And I was right. I said, even if it hit that 81, 82, it would have been straight down. He said it would go up. I didn't agree. And there's the reason why. And my reasoning behind it was the fact that there was so much resistance, and it still had so much resistance going up, and then here, this big drop. I tried one more time, and then, of course, the big drop. Now, I don't think the day's over yet, and there's a good chance that this thing could go. I'm putting my resistance now at 414.25, and I'm going to say right now, my support's going to be back to the VWAP. It could be a little higher right now. So you're probably talking about 413.50. I could put it up to there. All right, let's go. Let's do that. Let's activate it up. You know, I always like to be underneath the VWAP. I'm sorry, the 13-day. There, wow, perfect. 413.50. It could even be 65. There it is, 60. You got support, about 65. But I'm going to leave it here and still say it's the 13-day, which is about 80. So if we see pullbacks, we should be seeing it anywhere back to the 13. That's your 13 exponential. I don't see the actual cloud. Oh, yeah, here it is. There's your cloud. But you see, when we came here, that means when you don't see the cloud over here, that means that your 21-day, your 15-day, and your 13 all meet at the same point. And that's why you see no cloud. But here you can see that would be the 21. That would be the 9, and the 9-day, the 21-day, and of course, that's my 13 exponential. Okay, we're always going to follow that. So here you can see. Now, our 19 EMA is 410, so we've already passed the 13-day. We're way past the rest of this. So it's not that they're trying to push it anywhere. If they were, traders would want to push this up to 415 because 415 is the next magic number, and it's been a rough number to reach. All right, so if we go back into yesterday afternoon, what happened? All right, so in the afternoon, it dropped back from 413. We hit a high 413.60. We all thought it was going to hit 414. It didn't until pre-market, until after pre-market today. It did nothing. It just kept dropping until we hit the market today. All right, with no real news to substantiate it. All right, Federal Bar Supervised did not take sufficient step to ensure fix problems with vulnerabilities. That's not a positive. That's a negative. Says supervisor did not fully appreciate. Vanguard, let's see what's going on with Vanguard. Resolution to Biden solar tariff. You're going to put a solar tariff? Well, that's going to hurt China, and then people here can't get solar panels. But yet he's pushing green. So that makes a lot of sense, right, folks? No, it doesn't, because Biden doesn't make sense. Don't get me started. Don't get me started today. I won't. Potential high and drop incoming on TOP. He never realizes that this is a, what do you call it? It's not a top room. It's an options room. Okay, but we still do stocks here. If you want to look at a stock, you know, I know Donna's here and Digital Global's here, DPNL's here. I was looking into the D's. That's the only reason I know. Okay, but here's our pullback, like I said, to the 13 exponential. And today I'm going to teach somebody why and how. Also, if we was to do the active step, all right, where would it put us right now? And how do we do it? I talk about it the last few days, something I've been doing for a while. But here was our high right here. So you could see right here, we had a step from here, okay, to here, all right? And from right there, we're going to remove the right extension. From this one here, it came down slightly. So we take our step here at 81. I just look across to the side and I can see it. I can't get it exact. It's very tough. If I start somewhere else, sometimes you can get it. Let's see if I can get it. 76, 83. I'd have to be in another number. I'll have to go from 80. And then it's going to come down to right there at about, where are we? 414.02. And then I'm going to get rid of my left. So cancel my left extension. It was a little too far, but that's fine. And then from here, we're going to remove our right extension. And then from here, again, you're going to see we have another step down. And this is what we call the active step. The reason we do this, okay, is to show you, all right, oh, what happened here? Okay, it must be activated somewhere. Oh, that's right. So why can't we remove cancel left extension? There it is. Okay. And let's take this one just for a second. You know me, I'm a stickler with this stuff. And let's activate it. Trend line there. We must have two of them. 63. I don't want to do that. I want to activate it. Just to pull it down a little bit. Activate. Okay. It just pulls down a slight. There we go. So it's more perfect on line. So you see, we had, and I'll take away this, watch, remove my left. So you can see where I started this morning, we went up, and this one here, why is this activated right there? So you just want to pull it in, come on, and remove the left. There. Still, there must have been an extra line in there. It's extend the left, cancel left. There we go. So you can see, and this one here came back again. I must have put it in by cancel left. All right, so we started this morning in ascending. We descended slowly, and then we descended it again. We also came straight down, but I'm not doing everything that's in between. All right, so right now you can see where we're at. And if we do this and we activate this line, all right, watch this. I don't want to move the whole line. There we go. So if you see that there, all right, so you see that we're descending this way. But if we come from here, all right, now we draw our upper line this way, you'll see that, that's good, 13, perfect. You'll see that the bears, which are below, are trying to move this up, okay? I'm sorry, the bulls are trying to move it up, and the bears are trying to push this down, all right? So you'll see here, what we get now out of this is we get a squeeze play, all right? But the question is being able to determine if that squeeze is up or down, and how do we do that? Why am I not in here? I am in here. I keep seeing Deck's name, and I'm thinking I'm Deck's room. All right, so we're trying to feed, and you see what happened. We came to the top there. Let me move it up just a tiny bit more, all right? I just want to see this thing move. There we go. I want to get to the top of that line. Okay, so you can see we moved to the top here, and then when we pull down to here. We want to see this thing go up and down. It's got to crunch. Somewhere in here, it's going to go. So we're either going to end up in this quadrangle here, in this angle here, or this one here. Now, if you're wanting to do calls, of course, you want us to end up right in here. If we end up here, that means we're in more of a consolidation. But if I put my line right there in the middle, you see my line below the resistance, okay? There's an above part of another, I can't show you, I can't put my finger there, and I can't leave this line there. Let's see if I can do this. Let me do something else so you can see the line. Let's do, I actually could put, just temporarily, I'll do it this way. All right, I want to put it right in the middle, right there. So it's in the middle of the two angles. So I just put a line, just for right now. And this is what I want to explain. All right. We want to see if we're going to get above this into here, in this whole angle here, one, or we're going to come in this angle here. If we come in this lower section, here or here, we know we're going to drop. If we come in the larger angle, there's a small angle in here. If you can see that from here to here, if we end up above there, it's going to push up. Right now, you can see it went down, but what do you see? You see lower shadows. And when you see lower shadows, what do I always tell you to do when you see a lower shadow? Do a call. So though none of them have clicked in yet, there it goes. That lower shadow is going to show us reversal. Now, if we show ourselves on a 5-minute, we're still going to show ourselves moving up. Let's go even further on a 10-minute. Might even better play on this. And you see, we're still showing that we're going up, all right? We're still trying to push up. Look on the hour. If you got a lot of money, you just leave it on the hour and you just worry about it. You know, if it comes up and down, you're not going to worry that you're down 1,000 or 2,000 because you're talking 1 million or 500,000 or better. These guys are not worried, okay? But you have to, because you never know, just because it's doing that it can't reverse and just take a big wipe out and end up looking like this. And then if you're on a 10-minute or a 50-minute or an hour, you can get killed. You won't even see this. This will happen so fast. This is only right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. So even if you were on a 10-minute, you might not see that, and your account can go from being all the ways up here and ending up down here. Then you open it up and you look over and you go, oh my God, what did I do? You know, I just blew my account out. And that's why we don't trade that far in advance. We trade in the 5-minute a lot, okay, especially at certain times. Like right now, I think I'd be in the 3, but if you're in a 5, you'll look at this and you'll see this, you'll come back, you'll see a reversal, you might drop out. You see this go up, then you see this reversal, you might pull back. You might get nervous that it's going to, that it's going to come down. But it's so weird that if you're looking on the 3-minute, look at this. We don't see any movement here. more down, 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 but the reversals are there. Right now, we're in consolidation. So we have a lot of resistance at this point at 415.10, 415.15, 20. Now, when we look on the 1 minute, you can see we've hit 1, 2, 3. And let me get rid of this other line for all intents and purposes. It was just for teaching. All right. You can see here we hit once, twice, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we hit more than that altogether, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Usually when I see this, I feel a pullback coming. But in this situation, we're already right there at the 13, which is a 1403, which we just did pull back to approximately. If we go look at our time and sales, I know I saw it. Let's say I saw it somewhere. Let me open this a little bit. This mouse pad, it just sticks and I can't get it to go slowly. There we go. All right, 413.86. Right, it dropped even lower. So there you go. We had a big drop to even less than that at 413.86. That's at 11:40. That's 4 minutes ago. That was here. All right. We go up a little further. You'll see we were still at 413.78 now. This is wrong. Hold on. I knew there's something wrong. This has got to go the other way. And let's see if I'm right or wrong. I'm wrong. This isn't. Oh, here it is. Okay. So 414. There it is. 19. But we were down. If you come back down, you'll see there it is. I saw it flew fast from 9, 9, 18. There you go. To 10, 8. I know I saw it. I wasn't imagining things. That's 0.08. So I knew it came down really low, and that's where you're looking at your 13. There's your pullback to the 13-day, and that's why I always tell you when I go to put my lower supports, I always try to come under the 13 if it's in a place like this, or if it's somewhere in this area, I'd go slightly below. I would make the VWAP a pullback or a support, and I would come down a little lower and make an even number, like 20. It's like 20 be right below the line. But here, in this instance, you can see now we're starting to finally push up. So where do we go? We're about 35 now. So we just moved up a slight amount, all right? And this is why we use these active steps, all right, which I've come up with. Now you see this, all right? What we'll do is we take this line here, all right? We activate it. It's over here. We just move it up to where it's come, all right? And if this line comes straight across where it goes, let's see, extreme to the right. Once we get to this point here, we no longer need this line. We'll just get rid of it. You understand? Does this make sense to everybody? I got 100 people here. It doesn't make sense to somebody. Somebody's going, what the heck is this guy talking about? I've been trading for like 5 years, and I've never seen anything like that. And you never will again. But the people who have been here for a while know that this works. And it works differently than your just depending on your top trend line, okay, from here to here for the day, or your bottom trend line. And actually, your bottom trend line would have been here because we would have come from here originally. And again, that would just been another active step that would have looked like this. Watch. We would have come here from the minute we opened up this morning, all right, to right there. And then we would have taken away, remove, cancel, right extension on trend line 65. See? And there would have been the active step. Is it 2 lines here? Sometimes I hit it double tap. No, it's just one. So, and you can see that. Let's cancel the left. So you can see where I started on my day. There you can see the active step. We only needed one step here. We might have been over here before, but I could have moved my line down. This is my upper line, which is my whole day. I can take off the right extension from right now, cancel the right. And that's right there where these two meet. Okay? Actually, this should be a little further back. Let's see. I'm going to bring it back just a little bit. You'll see. It should be at the high point. Right there. Okay? And that's good. That takes care of that one. And then this one here, okay, is where it met it. And that should be right at the same place. And that's how we get the active steps. Does that make sense? Okay? So we came across to here. We came across. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's enough that if I extend this to the right, you'll see we moved down. It shows that we came all the ways down. So what we did was just make that other line. And if it comes above this, then I'll just get rid of the bottom one and I'll extend that one again. So for right now, we're still trying to push. We still have a high of 414.81. We've got a lot of resistance and not enough Not enough volume to get it where we want it, or where the traders want to push it that are trying to push it up. Now, if we go into our SPY in Yahoo Finance, okay, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm just going to read it to you. Right now, we're back. Our averages have been brought up. You remember we were at 89. We were at 91 2 weeks ago. Back to 91 million. Down to 90 million. Down to 89.8 million. We're back up to 90 million. 90 million divided by 6.5 hours is a little over 14 million per hour. Right now, let's say 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. So in 2.5 hours, we take 2.5 hours. All right. And we're going to take 2.5, even though we got another 10 minutes, we're going to take 2.5 hours times 14,000. Okay? 1, 2, 3. And then 14 million is 35 million. So that means, you know what? Right now we're at 33. We are right on the mark for average. This thing's going to go. That tells me right there. This cough drop is getting to me. It tells me right here that we are going to hit that new higher day. Like I said earlier, it just took a little longer than I expected. Okay, so we're going to take our trend line now, and we're going to, the whole thing's moving. I didn't want that. All right, let's see. Where is it? Where is the activation for it? There it is. Okay, so we just pull down, and then we push up. And if we find that right now, watch this. Okay, now we can see that when we go to the right, we're just about there. So the truth is, I'm going to get rid of this line. I'm going to remove number 63. There you go. So now I have that original line. I don't really need this one anymore, that second one, because we are pushing up. Do you all see that? All right. And you see the angle, like I told you before, when we did that active step and we did that active angle, it showed me it was trying to push up. And there it is. And then we're at 55. I would say it's a good bet that we're going to see a new higher day. But I still believe, though, traders would want to bring this to 415, and it might just go really hard and fast when it gets close right now, that when it does hit, it's going to pull back really hard and fast. And I just think the reasoning is there's nothing really, I'm not seeing anything in news that's telling us that, I'm looking at resolution, Vanguard. Okay, I'm just trying to read some of the news. Tariff, the House approved the Congress Act resumes tariffs on solar power. You know, that's probably going to be on China because resume tariffs on solar power imports. Because they want them to make it here. But the problem is we don't have the minerals, and we still got to import the minerals to make the actual cells themselves. We really can't do it as cheap. Democrats joining Republicans to vote in favor of resolution 8, Republican opposing it. 8 Republicans. That's good. We need to push that thing, whatever it is. We need to stop these Democrats from spending more money. So I don't see anything that's real positive news is my point. So as long as there's no positive news, we're going to see up, down, up, down. And you can see right now, we have a small step right here. So from here to there, you can see from there to there, you can see we're just starting to move up a little bit more. All right. Come on. We're starting from this now period, we're starting to move up. And what's happening is we have ascending here, we have ascending here, and though we're going to have minor pullbacks within this triangle, eventually you're going to see it move up, and we should hit a new higher day. We're not that far away. So if I put my thing right on 1481, there's 80 across. We're so close. We are so close. Right there. There's 84, 81. I got it. So look at my lines. I can't move it. Let's see. I can't do that. You could see the line was so close that we're almost there. We're there. And this here, from now, in the now period, from where we are, even if I made it from here, okay, here and up, you'll see we are pushing up. Everything shows an upward ascending, and that means we are going to hit it. I'm pretty sure if you did a call right now and you were patient, there's a good chance. You asking me, do I think we'll drop fast after the new high? Did you just get here? Because I just said it right before you wrote it. That's exactly what I think. That it's going to try to push for that 415 very quick and hard, and then I think we're going to see it come down. Now, I could be wrong. If somebody else comes in the room and says, well, you know what, the SPY is exactly where I want it to be, and boom, I'm going to put in. Remember, when you see somebody doing this, okay, let's go to this one right here. You got 150,000. You got 123,000. one person can be doing 50 to 75,000. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. No, I do know. But if you're talking about for every 50,000 shares that somebody's manipulating this stock, and there's a lot of manipulation, we take 50,000 times 414 and 60 cents, and we're talking about 20 plus million dollars. So if one person's got 20 million and the next guy's got another 25 to 50 million, this is amazing what they can do. One, they can either be going one against the other, or togetherness to push it in a direction. And just remember, you're a minnow in a shark's tank. So if you're holding on to that shark and he takes off, when he stops short, you keep going, but then it comes back and you're stuck up there. That's what they call holding the bag. You get stuck holding the bag and you lose your ass. Okay? So I'm telling you, be careful. Make sure that if you want to take the risk and you don't want to get knocked out every time at the rate we're moving right now. So if you see a move from here from 414.31 to, let's say, 66, that's 61. That's over 30 cents. So if my contract cost right now on a call, let me take a quick look. And, you know what? I'll pull it up for you. If my contract call right now is, I wouldn't be in this one. It's too cheap. There's a SPY. But I look at SPX because I don't do the SPY. But even on SPX, so if I'm here and I'm out of the money by 2, which is fine, and I'm at 390, okay, then if it goes 10%, that's 39 cents. That's good. So if I go less than that, if I go 5%, then I'm going to get ticked out. All right. If I go 7.5%, it's going to be very close. And then it goes back up and I'm stuck and I just lost 7.5% on my transaction. So I may say I'm willing to go 10%. I'm talking about if I go 10%, okay, that's 39 cents or 38 cents, but that's times 500 shares for me. That's 500 contracts. So that can be a lot. That can be about $175, which is fine. 40 times 40, about $200. Close, between $200 and $175. Am I willing to lose that? Absolutely. It's much better than losing 1,000 or 500. But the fact is, and I don't want to get knocked out, and that's why we do that. And that's how we figure the percentage. So like right here, that dropped, right? That one dropped right there from, here's a drop, from 64 down to 64 to almost 44. So 64, let's say 65 to 45 is 20 cents. You wouldn't have been knocked out. You would have went, oh shit, I lost a few points. But what happened? It's coming right back up again. And then it's coming back up again even higher, back up to 60 again. We just hit 60, back down to 53. But it's trying. And each time it pulls back, it's pulling back to about the 13, which is at 414.43. So if we drop below that, we're going to be in some trouble. But what's happening here? We're still correct. Let's just trim it just slightly, just so we make it almost exact. Okay, here it is, right there. Let's bring that up and bring it right to, I can't bring it much closer, because even though it's right about here, I can't get there. All right, so right there, and then this one here, what my point is, and I'm going to show you in a second, that would be number 62. I think it is. Let's see. I'll do it from here because I'm not sure. Should be active. There it is. So it is 60. So we're about there. Do you see what's happening? We're still moving up. We're still moving up from the bottom. We're moving up from the top, okay? And it's getting tighter and tighter. And if it's getting tighter and tighter and we're moving up, which way do you think it's going to squeeze? It doesn't mean we can't be wrong, but I'm telling you, 95% of the time, I've been doing this for a long time, 95% of the time it's going to push in the direction that we're being pushed up both top and bottom, all right? Unless some guy all of a sudden from nowhere says, boom, like this. It's being right here. I'm sure you would have said we had it down. So we were being pushed up and we were being pushed up and boom. Okay. So it can happen. It can go the other way. And that's why you need to make sure you have at least a 10% stop loss at max. At max. The other way you're going to get, but the thing is, like Deck, he can go $2,000 into the hole and say it's okay, it's going to come back. But would he have been better if he got knocked out 150? 150, 150, 150, 4 times? That would have been how much? That would have been 600 instead of 2,000. And then each time in between, he waited a little more, waited a little more, waited a little more. And then at the top, he realizes he's got a better shot. that's where the top really was because he got in too soon. He only lost 600 instead of 2,000. He makes the difference of that extra 1,400. That's what bothers me about what he does sometimes because he jumps in too soon, and a lot of you mentored through him, and you follow him. Okay, and look right now what just happened. Was active trader right again? I just hit it right on the nose, and there's your new high of the day. So my call was straight on the money, except it didn't pull back yet. Why? Because though we know it made it to the higher day, look at the number. 7 before, 81. 81 back here, right? So now you can see what's happening here, all right? And another thing is from there. So we're gonna leave that for a second. But this one here, if we activate it, where is it? Why didn't it open it up? Okay, come on. Activate. I don't see it. Let's go to 3 minute. I might see it there. Okay. This one here. See what we need to do to this one now. Oh, it's over here. That's why. All right. So, oh shit. What did I do? I hope I didn't duplicate it. Let's do it one more time. Activate it. We're going to pull this. The whole thing moved. We want it from the beginning of the day where it was. Come on. We want it in the beginning of the day because it shows the active step. Do it one more time because it's so close. It's very hard to pull it. So what we're going to do is this. Activate it. And then we're going to pull. There we go. And then I want to pull this up to the top where I hit it there. So you see now I'm at the top of my 87. And it's still moving up. There's 88. Now we've got an even number. That was my point. Okay. And this is moving now too. So we activate this one, right? And this moves up a little further that way. We're still facing upward. This line here is my daily. This here is my now, what's going on right now. And we're still moving up. Remember what I said to you? They're going to try to push this to 415. So the reason it didn't just drop down when I hit my new higher day once, my new higher day twice, my new higher day 3 times now at 90, okay? So now it's going to still try to push. You're going to get pullbacks because what do I always tell you? It's like a bow and arrow. You pull back to get the further back you pull, the further the pressure will send you forward, right? So depending on how far you want that arrow to shoot, the same is that's how far they need to bring back some of their shares into their pocket. I don't know what they're holding, okay? They pull back, they get some of their shares, they redump it out there, and that makes it. When they buy more again, so they sold, now they have more in their hands. When they buy more, all right, when they sell, they get rid of them, the price goes down. When they buy it, it forces the price up. So the next time they want to buy even more, and that's what they do. And right now, again, here's our 13. We're not pulling back to the 13, all right? So you can see when it does drop, it will drop quick, all right? But let's say I can take this now and move this to about 414, all right? Let's give this a 414. And now let's give this on our resistance. All right, we're going to put this up to, let's say, about 85. Even though we hit 90, I could put 90 up there. It would just be on the line. You see, I would have 2 lines together. So 90 is our resistance yet. And look at that. We're still staying pretty close. It pulled back to 65. What's going to happen here? What is going to happen? That's why, even though it pushed there, we might even say it's at 75, believe it or not, because 75 is a step, and the next step up would be 00, which would give us $415. All right, but you can still see we're moving. We're moving up here. We're still moving up here. All right. The only thing is, we do on that pullback right there, we did move this a little bit down, just slightly. Okay. Sometimes I even say I'm going to go to the 13 and I'll leave it on the 13. Though we haven't pulled there, I'll do that anyway. All right. Because I think if it pull, and look at that, look at the next one. If it does pull, it's going to pull back to my trend around the 13. And let's see what happens. I think I'm pretty right on. I called it. You profited 300 on the SPY. Excellent. Is that because of my call? Always right. Saint, I tried calling you, buddy. You don't answer your phone. I never seen people more important. They can't answer a text. They can't answer the phone. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm kind of the guy. I go to the bathroom. I take my phone. I always feel like I'm going to miss some shit, you know? Just kidding. All right. All right. I'm not going much longer today. I just figured I'd come in and bring some energy. and I would bring this up. I do have, and I've got to prepare. I'm going to eat some lunch before a birthday party. I got you. And if it's for children, you know what? They do come first. Absolutely. I know I've got 4 sons, 3 stepdaughters, and 20 grandkids. And I'm only 46. I keep myself in good shape. Like Deck would do. See? Still got muscles. So all those push-ups. Okay. My wife's home today. I got to be careful what I say. Right, honey? She's here. She's in the back somewhere. Cleaning the floors. This woman has a thing. If she's home, she's got to clean. The toilets, the seats, the floors, whatever it is. She's not moving around. And at nighttime, she's got this thing. She's an occupational therapist. And she's got these uniforms, okay? They wear scrubs. And I always tell her, honey, you know what? Twice a week, you can do your scrubs. So do 3 uniforms one and 4 the next night. There's a week's worth of scrubs. Or every 3 days, do the scrub. Not her. She's got to do hers for the next day, every night. Every night that ironing board comes out, opens up, the iron goes on. She's got to leave it running for about 10 minutes before she picks it up. Unbelievable. I know birthday parties are noisy, but you know, that's why you can walk outside for a second, but that's okay. There is texting. I did say, are you there? Is this the right saint? No, I didn't get an answer till the next day. But regardless, okay, everybody does things differently. Everybody has different priorities, and it's not for me to judge or say you're right or wrong. I never do. Just don't let it ever happen again. Just kidding. All right. Anyway, so here we are. We did pull back very close. That's why I put the 13. You see the active step. See the step up. Then we had a step across. Then a step down. And now we moved up. See, I don't need this anymore. We know. We know that's ascending. Okay? I can remove that. We no longer need that. And now we're down to one line here. I only put these in here for the now to show you direction. All I really need is support, resistance, and direction of where we're going, up or down. And this is more ascending than it is descending. If this line comes below from here to there, we know we're descending. These are going to change too. Then we have a new line coming this way. And I've done that, where I've taken this and I say, okay, let's activate this back down to, right, look at this. Just hit a new high. New high. All right, I'm not even going to touch it. We hit a new high a day right there. Okay, of 95. So I think I did a really good call because I said, you met someone. Oh, good for you. Did you get lucky? Don't even tell us. Anyway, that's your business. I hope so. Anyway, so here it is, 4:15. Active trader, called it again. I called the new high of day 3 times. I called the new high of day, and I called the 4:15. Anything can happen now, all right? It can continue up, and if it does, we can't really see the line. But if I look across, it's telling me on the side, it's around 4:15 right there. I can't really see it. Maybe 45. This. You see this? On the side. There it is. 4:14.46 right there. So we could go. That could be our target is 4:15.50. All right? Do you see how I got that? So I could take this now and I can put this line. Let's get rid of, well, that's our step line, really. But let's say 4:15 right there. Okay? And I could say right now, I could edit this out. I can say that this now would be my upper target. I wonder what it would tell us. You remember when I pulled up the Fibonacci the other day? And I called heights. $1.50 to $2 away that you never would have believed we would have hit, and we did. Okay? So 4:15.50. We'll probably go even higher than that. But let's see this. Doesn't mean we're going to hit it. We may never hit it. Okay? We may never hit it. But it could be a target. All right? That's all that it means. Upper target, upper VWAP plot right above it, not to touch the line. It's actually right on it at 14.50. It was 14.46. If I look across, I can't see it now. Let's see. If I do it this way, 14.48. It's gone up a little. I put 14.50. That was my upper target. And for right now, what I'll do, we know this is going up. I'm going to remove that line. I'm going to take this now, my resistance, and I'm going to change my resistance now to 4:15 because that's where we are, and that's where our resistance is. And then here we'll be right under the 13, which puts us around, I'm going to say 35, 4:14. 35. And that's how you keep building up higher and higher, and you put yourself in a channel. So you say, if I'm in this channel now, I don't want to go and bet on a breakout. I don't do that. I wait for pullback first, substantial, and then see that it's going in that direction. But at this point, you can read a lot of resistance. Okay, on a 3-minute, we have good volume right now. So if I put it on a 1 minute right now, let me get rid of this. Excuse me, if I get rid of that right now. All right, and this one went up a slight amount. Let's take this one right there, activate it. I'm gonna pull it up. I was gonna show you something, but right there. Okay, so you can see we're widening, but which way are we widening? Up. We're widening up. We did come back to the 13, which would bring this here if I was to activate that one, which is a trend line. That's a trend line. So you'll see, I'm going to go move it up a little. The whole thing moved. I didn't want that. The whole thing moved, but that's okay. I can move this. Let's go right there. That's close. Let's do right there. Boom. Okay, it's close. It should be up a little bit. It should be touching. I moved it a little wrong, but let's see. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so you see, right now, from there to there, we're touching here. We're widening, and each time we're moving up. Even though we're pulling back, it's always to the 13. As long as we don't pull below that 13, we can still move forward, even at this. Even at 94, 1490. This thing is still moving up. So remember, there's our upward, okay? And just for the heck of it, let's just do something real quick. I don't really like to do this, but it'll just teach you guys something. Let me take my whole day, and let me look at my... I got 4. Wow, gotta raise that up. Raise up the. Okay, 4:15:10. So I'm gonna do a Fibonacci real quick, just to see what it tells us. I'm gonna do the 4. It went up again. There's a new high day. All right, 4:15. I can't get the exact. I can't get exact. I can't get exact. I'm gonna go. I have to go 10. All right, and then it would have to be one less, which is 4:11:45. Let's see what I got. I get 44. I can't get exact here either. 243. Just to get a close idea, okay? I'm not going to be exact on the number. That's all. But if I bring this down now, let's see. Come on. There it is. 417.37 would be that extreme high if we was to stay over 415, which we've come below. But we hit 415.11. If we go for a new high and it goes above and stays above it, that would be somewhere in that, maybe 417.30, 35 would be an extended mark out there. All right. We haven't seen that number in a long time. I don't know why we'd even be going in that direction at this point, but I'm going to take this out. But I'm showing the Fibonacci. If it pulls back, I can't see it here. Let me get rid of this on the green. Let's edit the support and just take off the name for a second so I can read it. Do not show. We know it's support green. All right, so now I can read it. 414.32. We could pull back anywhere between 30. What did I say? We started out a little higher or lower? Lower. So we could pull up to 33 to 413. These would be the step back. Okay. Right now we're still at 415. We have all resistance at 415. That is like a far out there. I doubt we'll ever see that number between you and me. But it's not unlikely to see the 415.50. That's my upper target. But again, we got a lot of resistance right now. There's a chance this could never happen. I don't work on Fridays, and I don't work here on Fridays, but I do other stuff, like I do one-on-one. And I'm going to have to leave any second. What time is it? 12:12. I'm going to be leaving real soon. All right, 12:30, I'm going to call it. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to leave the tape today because even though it's 2 hours, it's a good lesson. You guys can learn. You can see how to do Fibonacci, how to set it up. All right, we're on a 3-minute right now. Let's see what's happening on 1 minute. All right, we still know we're moving up. So if we look at this, we get a good idea. Let's put the hand back in there. All right. If you don't want me here, Graham, who was that? Grambo68, I can leave. Sooner. You want me out, I'll go. Okay, I see how you are. I don't usually work Monday or Fridays unless I'm bored, but my wife's here. So it's either I talk to you or I talk to her. You understand, right? Okay. So some of you do have wives or husbands. All right, so here we go. And here, It should be at the 415. There's my 415 on the right. All right, and let's see. This here should also say what it is. So I'll put that back. I got to take it out so we could see what was underneath it. All right, so our support, resistance, upper target, and we're still moving upward. I called that 415. I called it in Dex room. I called it here, and it ended up, I've been correct. So I don't know. I got some sort of a knack for calling this stuff and being right more times than I am not right. How to sign up for one-on-one. Oh, okay, Jimmy, Jules. What you do, I'm going to send you something on the side. I'm going to send you a direct message. Send me in here. And I'll get with you and set up a time. And sometimes give me the best time of day that's good for you. All right? I just send you a direct message on the side. Can you see it on the bottom of the page? If you can, scroll your page down until you can see it'll say active trader below you. Okay? Active trader below you. Just just click on it and it says send me your first name and phone number in there. Do not put it on the board. Okay? Do you see it? Jimmy, do you see it? You did see it, right? And I'll write it down. I'll put it in as soon as I get a chance. I'll call you. If it's not today, I will call you and we'll set up a time and let me know it's a good time for you. I do it for $50 an hour. I do it with a Zoom call. Like with this girl's doing 3 hours. I have 3 Zoom calls set up. The rest I'll do verbally. I won't need the screens for that. Or I'll just bring her into the room. I bring her in the room. A lot of times I won't have the microphone on. We'll be talking on the phone. I don't like to use the room because there's a delay. With the Zoom, there's no delay. And I'm setting her up with Thinkorswim with all my charting systems. That takes about 35 to 40 minutes right there, setting up all that, setting up the scalper alerts, the TTM squeezes, so you have all these lines and stuff like this. You'll also have a squeeze. This is the Pro. The Pro is more money. It's a $997 program that goes on sale for $667 that I make available for $100. Okay. Other than that, okay, we go over TOS. I go over the active lines, the active charts, the active steps. I go over everything to do what I do. Now, here's the pullback. So what we would do right now is you take this line, activate it, and we would pull it back down to here. I stay right on things, okay? So even if I leave right now and I go to the bathroom, I can come back and say, you know what, we're still in here, or wow, it's down here. And if it's down here, then I know I got to go in here, I got to activate this, and now I can see more of the direction. And right now, it says we're being pulled down, and that means that the bears are starting to win on this. They're pulling us, but the bulls are still in charge. Anytime we're above the VWAP, the bulls are still in charge, okay? But we go over a lot of information that I don't always go over in here, and I don't talk about anything else. I talk less about outside issues than maybe, let's say, AK-47. If you bring up football in his room, he could go off on a tantrum for 15 minutes. I don't really do that unless we're really bored, but we're not in a bored mood. We're in an up mood. Look at this thing. This thing has gone from $4.12 up $3, and that same $3 could be. Let's take a look. Let's look at SPX and look at. All right. So let's see. Okay, we're looking from right about here. All right, about the same spot. It was on 50. Let's say any contract would have been the contract I'm showing. This one was at 40 cents, and it went up here to $2.80. So that went 6 times, more than 7, almost 7 times, 6.5 times that you would have had. So even if you got 6 times and you had 500, that would have been $3,000. You understand? And if you see these extra lines come in like this, all you do is go like this, and you take off the theatrical and the option interest price, hit apply, and they'll be gone. Okay? I'm going to go back to the SPY. I have everything color-coded, and I teach you color coding. I teach you all that stuff. I teach you how to do that, where to buy from, how to buy, how to pick the right contract. It's an amazing process, and it works. I got a problem here. Each time you're in England. The only way we could do this, we could still do it on Zoom, but we have to talk through. You'd have to either call me or we'd have to talk through WhatsApp. You have WhatsApp, Eric? Because I see 44 is England, right? Am I correct? England? UK? Is that a good guess? And then again, who's your broker? 39245. Does that make sense? 444. 54. 3. 3. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's UK. I'm pretty sure that's UK. Yeah, but Friday, 10 to 5, your 10 to 5 and my 10 to 5 also are different. And I am live from 10 to 5 my time. Okay, 10 to 5. You and I probably are better off on the weekend. But again, it's going to have to be WhatsApp. You're going to have to open up a WhatsApp and what do you call it? I will get with you and talk with you somehow, but it's going to be WhatsApp and Zoom. Zoom, anybody can use Zoom, so. But to talk to you, I need the, what do you call it? So you can talk back to me. Do you have WhatsApp? You're in Maryland? Wait a second. Jimmy, wait a second. You say you're in Maryland. MD? Think or swim. Perfect. MD? Jimmy Joe, what? I don't understand. Maybe it's the way you wrote the number. I got you. It's not, all right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. I saw the 44 first and it threw me off. Okay. We're good. I will call you. We'll talk. Sorry. Got it. I got it. I got it. It's the way you wrote it that threw me off. Most people do like my number is 954 dash, something like that. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. All right. So we'll talk. Maybe next week you're saying, because Thursday to Friday, 10 to 5 would work. We're on the same time zone. That would be good. We could do that because I finish at 3 o'clock doing my live. We could do it from 3 o'clock, let's say 3:30 to, what do you call it? 10 to 5. We're good. We'll talk, Eric. All right. I will call you first and we'll work it out. All right. Good enough. Good, good, good. Okay. I took you down. I'll have to call you. All right. So now you're looking at this again. Sorry about that, folks. I get carried away for a second there. And we bring this back down. Now, if you look, it looks like we're in a parallel. But what we do at this time is we're going to do another active step. So you'll see right now, if I activate this one, that's the trend line. And I'm going to bring it down to about right there. All right, right. I have to bring it to here. Okay. And I'll get rid of the right. Let's get rid of the right extension until we get back up again. Now I would make another one from here. I can't even get in there, all right? But even if I break through the stocks, I can do that to about there. I want to keep it just above the 13. Now you can see, and what I'll do on this one is I'm going to remove my left extension. So you see, here's our ascending. Here's our descending step, okay? So we're descending now. And here, we were moved up. We're moving down a little bit. We're still ascending. Why? It'll always be ascending on the bottom because of our lower day. Our lower day is always going to be lower than where we're at, unless we came all the way down and dropped to here, which is not going to happen right now. We do have a far way we can drop, and later in the day, that could happen. Look where we started at 411, all right? So this has a long way to go down, and it could very easily happen. Especially it's a Friday, be very careful. I would not be doing any options after 2 o'clock today. I really wouldn't. So you just don't know what's going to happen, and there's going to be a lot of, So you can see here, the only other thing I could have done is I would have missed some of this line. I could activate this and let's say pull it over to right about there. All right. I would say that's probably a better spot. Right there would go up a little bit. What do we got? 4, 11, 12. That's perfect, actually. All right, you see? And then this line would have shown, this would have been your first descent right there. So there would have been another active step. Would have been right there. And then I would have done this, and I would have canceled my right on 67. Oh, shoot. Did I get that right? Let's see. Cancel right on this one. Right. There you go. And cancel left on this one. See this? This is your active step. So it shows you we moved up. It started from there where we hit the high of the day. And what did I tell you was going to happen? I told you that we would not only get a new high a day, that we would get above 415 and then probably have a pullback, okay? I thought it'd be a little faster. They tried a few times, and that could be what they call a fake out breakout. They knew exactly what they were going to do. But then you see this slight pullback here, and then boom, we start to move down again. And now you can see what's happening. All right, so though we have only a real low point, they know from here how many shares. So if we look in here, it says 193,000 on 1 minute. But our average is, let's go next to it. There you go, 106, 71, 94. Our average is 90,000 per. So this one knows how far he can bring this down in cost. That's from 35 to, let's say, 60. That's 30 cents. He knows by doing 200,000 shares, he can drop this very quickly. All right, they know, they're smart. It doesn't mean they're not going to keep pushing it up and down. All right, so here we would activate that probably trend line 67, and I do have to go soon. I have to get ready. Activate, pull it down, and push it up just a little bit. So we're tweaking it, and now we're trying to figure out. We have a descending here, and this hasn't moved. We've stayed steady. All right, unless I move it to right there. I could forget the doji. I could do that very easily, because it doesn't have to be exact, but it might give me more precise. Okay, and I put it there. And then it shows me we're trying to push up on one still, and we're pushing down. We're getting which one is going to win. And this will tell. Do we end up in here, end up in here, end up in here? That's just to be seen. And we'll see that in a second or two. But at 12:30, I'm going to cancel the rest of this. I'm going to get off. I'm going to have to take the chart down because I need to prepare for my lesson. You might see my chart go back up after, okay? This is a tape that'll be in the library. Actually, I never opened it up. So to those people who maybe found me on, I didn't even go in there to see because I didn't plan to come in today. But let's see, I'm sure a bunch of people found me on YouTube. They always seem to find me. They go looking for me. I get people from all over the world, and I ask them, "How do you find me? You're in not Iran. You're in India. You're here. You're there. You know, how do you find me?" There's 35 people right now. Okay, I started 61 minutes ago. This is a good lesson. Okay, I don't know what I would call it. Maybe if I named it, I would call it the active steps. You know, I may change it and say, you know, active trader, the active steps. And from now on, it'll just read differently. All right, and I'm going to leave it in there because you can go back and you can go look at the lines that I put in, I take it out, see how I do it, how I go in here, what I change. If I go in here, this is Fibonacci, this one is trend lines, this one's the hand. It makes me move it up and down. This is for my price levels, which gives me my upper and lower targets, or just a line if I want it. This is for parallel to put into the channel. I don't really use it yet. I've tried it. There's other things in here. Once you learn how to use them, there's a Fibonacci fan. So this is all part of Fibonacci right here, 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 and here. I use this one here for the retracements because it's important to know if there's a certain retracement that we want to use that to go to do a call. If it pulls back 30 to 40% of what the price started at, we absolutely want to do a call. You know, unless the whole market's dumping, then you got to be real careful. So I keep up with this all day long to find out where my movement is going and what direction I'm going. All right. So once I stop the tape, all right, I will probably bring it back up again. But the second one, I will not save the tape. I don't know if I'm going to use the room, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finalize this at 12:30. I'm going to keep the tape so it sits into YouTube. And then I'm going to open it back up again just so you have the chart. And during my travels today, I'm going to use that chart anyway for her. So I'm going to keep it up to date. So if you guys want to use it, I just may not answer questions to you because, again, she's paying me for my time. All good with that? You got to be, because that's the way it is. You know, I don't get paid for live streaming, but I do get paid for doing one-on-one. So that's it. It's been a good week. I'm actually down for the week. I had one bad day in here. I had a good day. I had a bad day. I had the same day. I won 900. I lost 900. I won 500, I think, on Monday. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check, but I did lose money yesterday. So it put me into a hole. I did do this morning. I jumped in. I really wasn't going to trade, but I did 2 trades, and I made $150 this morning. That's it. Quick money. And I should have played my own calls because I knew, or my own puts, whatever. I should have played my own alerts because I was dead on spot, just as I was here. And the problem is that I don't always trade when I tell you. I just do it for you, and then I don't. End up chasing it because I don't go in first and then tell you to do it. A lot of people think that. Oh, yeah, sure. You just having us push it up for you. That is absolutely 100% incorrect. I do not always trade, and when I do trade, I don't tell you I got in. I always tell you I did a trade after. I did it. I don't, because we're not live, and I thought that's very, very. What's the word? It's disrespectful. It's not. I can't think of the word right now, but it's not responsible. Okay. Once we get the new software in here and I can be on the same minute, because right now, if I look in here real quick, and I'm going to do it real quick just to show you guys, I wish Deck would do this once in a while. 14, 15. I just put my finger up at 15 seconds. I want to see now we're at 20. 1, 2, 3. Very good. 8-second delay today. So there's not too bad. That's the minimum, is an 8-second delay. All right. And that's it. We're at 12:29. I want to thank everybody today again. Not ethical. It isn't ethical. It's not ethical. Thank you. But it's irresponsible. That's the word I was thinking. So again, thank you, as I say every day. Thank you for your support. And like I said, I'm going to take the chart down right now, and then I'm going to put it back up so you have the chart. So thank you for support. Have a great day, and I'll see you all on Monday, on Money Monday. All right? That's it. Let's do it. Thanks again, folks. I'll talk to you in a bit. Remember, I'm pulling down the charts, and then I'm going to put them right back up, but I won't be in the camera. All right? Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.